Bulavinak and welcome back to Fiji Village Play. I'm your host, Alipate Narawa. Hope you've had an awesome week. Today, we will be going over the Shop and Save Super Rugby Pacific, the games that happened over the weekend, and also preview the upcoming game this weekend, which is the last one for the Swire Shipping Fiji Narawa, which is the last of their games that they'll be holding in the West. After this, they've only got one more game left, and that is against the Waratahs in Suva. But taking a look at the game last week, where they went down, they were in it until they weren't. They went down 42 points to 22, a 20-point gap against the Chiefs, who are currently at the top of the Super Rugby Pacific standings. Now, going into that game, the Narawa had a lot of confidence after winning 2 back-to-back games. They were hoping that once they were going to win 3 on the go. Unfortunately, it did not go their way after building so much momentum. And then this happened, which has been called the wildest try of 2026.
Centre field, still under advantage. Go on the angle, kicks in behind here for Sigurdsson. Sigurdsson wants to bounce. Sigurdsson gets it on the toe. And then, hang on, what's happening here? Oh no, it's not going to be a try, I don't think. I don't know if the Chiefs got it down with the first go.
Yeah.
Draw assist here.
Yeah.
We will not dwell on that. Moving on, coming up this weekend, on Saturday, the Narawa will be taking on the Highlanders. The Tavanawai and the Highlanders were coming down. They've got their fresh new jersey, Fijian inspired, and they're saying after the game, these jerseys will be auctioned and the money will go towards the Salvation Army. Pretty cool, if I must say. But that game kicks off at 4 this Saturday in Mba at the 4R Stadium, Govin Park, Mba. Now, this game has been moved up 30 minutes because the Narawa had asked Super Rugby Pacific if they could hold their game 30 minutes earlier, because after what happened with the Western Force game in Lautoka, where it was practically dark by the time that that game almost finished. Looking forward for a second win at the Furnace. Yes, that's what Govin Park, the 4R Stadium in Mba, is being called the Furnace. The Narawa are hoping that they can strike it lucky twice in Mba this weekend and come away with a win. Look at the game. The game will be taken off at 4 o'clock on Saturday. And coming up tomorrow, the Crusaders take on the Hurricanes. Now this, even though the Hurricanes are second on the table, the Crusaders are currently 4th. Even though they beat the Hurricanes with bonus points, they still cannot make it to second place. But more on that a bit later on. The Waratahs host the Force at 9:35, and on Saturday night, Moana Pacifica takes on the Blues at 7:05 p.m. before the Reds take on the Brumbies at 9:35 p.m. Coming up after this, we'll be talking to Eugene Vollmer, a former Fiji rep when it comes to triple jump and long jump, on his predictions and who he's looking out for at the 2026 Coca-Cola Games. Bulavinak and welcome to Fiji Village Play. I'm your host, Alipate Narawa. With me, I've got triple jumper, or should I say triple and long jumper, Eugene Vollmer, who has represented Fiji to the world and has also participated in the Pacific Games around the Pacific. Eugene, I hear that you've coaching some athletes for the upcoming Coca-Cola Games. Could you tell me a bit about that?
Yes, so I mainly am based out of Maris Brothers High School. Jumps coach for long jump, triple jump for Marist, but I also help out. I have 2 other jumpers who are out of Mahatma Gandhi, MGM. I help co-coach 1 other female jumper out of Suva Grammar School, and I also help out with a little bit of the St. Joseph athletes who are jumpers as well.
With the Cokes happening, what are some of the goals that you and your athletes have been training towards coming into the Coca-Cola Games?
I think the biggest thing for us is we're trying to make sure that technically we are correct in how we approach the event. A lot of the times we focus on, a lot of the schools try and focus on winning, that they forget the fundamentals of long jump, that they they forget that why they started, and they forget to have fun when they're doing long jump and triple jump. These are key factors in good performances. Something that I've experienced over the years, and so for this year we're just trying to do that. We're just trying to make sure that we focus on fundamentals, we have fun, and then that we make sure that we approach the event a lot better in terms of technique.
How many athletes have you got with you at the moment?
Probably I would say just a little bit over 10 or maybe less than 10.
A little bit over 10.
Yeah.
How long have you guys been training? Have you guys been training off season as well, including from last year? Or is this just from the inter-houses through the zone until now?
Maybe a handful of them just sort of joined the training group just after the inter-house. But majority of them have been doing off-season since October of last year.
Since October last year?
Yes.
So since then till now, how has their fitness level looked coming into the Cooks?
They're enjoying it because their fitness level is really up there, and we start to notice that they are doing well in other events just because their physical fitness, their strength, and their conditioning is way up there. And we've taken our time in developing that, and we get to see them do other events and have fun, and so that's always a plus.
How many would you say are gold medal prospects?
I think they all are.
They all are.
And, with the long jump and the triple jump, every athlete has a shot. Every athlete going into the games, they always have a shot. There have been athletes that come in posting not so good distances, but then they just have that one freak jump where it comes together on the day. Some athletes perform better under pressure. Some athletes just have an all-around great day. And sometimes some athletes, they don't have a good day at the track. So every athlete has a shot.
Would you be able to name some of these athletes?
I think right now one of my favorites would be Mosese out of QVS. He's done off-season training with us, but for the majority of the season he trains out of QVS. We've helped him in terms of his strength and conditioning, and he trains with Frederico in the off-season, one of our jumpers. So in terms of the triple jump, he'd be one of them. Long jump would be Ebenezer, so Guru. But we won't rule out Sakyo Nganivatu out of MGM. He's the dark horse in this. Everyone's posted really good results, but no one sees him quietly working in the background. Just a few.
In terms of Moses in QVS, how do you keep track of his training, if he's keeping to it?
We only helped him up until the zone. And then I believe that Coach Barnes has managed to get a jumps coach out of Lauvala, I think, and he's taken over there. But the biggest thing for Mosese was he had a knee problem, and we just made sure that we try and got him into the best possible shape, and that we took care of that knee during the off season, so that it makes it a lot easier for his technical coach when the zone came around and the competition phase from the zone till the Cooks.
How many of your jumpers are taking part in a few events, like Ebenezer, for instance? He's jumping, he's also running, and is he also taking part in the high jump?
He's also doing the 4x1. We also have Frederico. Most of the good thing about jumpers is to be a good jumper, you need to be you need to be a good sprinter, and so a lot of them are also on the 4x1s, or they're either running 4x4, and so those are the complementary events that they're doing.
How did the events look coming out of the Easter Games? Because I hear there was a lot of competition at the Easter Games. How did your athletes perform that?
We didn't like the Easter Games, particularly because of the weather. We wanted to compete hard, we wanted to get some good distances out there, but the weather just did not permit. Halfway through the day, there was a massive downpour, and the long and the triple jump events for the boys had to be called off.
Speaking of weather permitting, do you think Fiji should invest in indoor facilities in cases of things like that happening?
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. It'll be nice to have. It's a nice to have, but I don't think.
We have the funding.
I think so. Yeah, I mean that's a huge topic in and of itself. So
But as a coach, would you like to see your athletes train in the best?
yes, I'd like them to, but then also at the same time, if they're gonna represent Fiji on the national stage, not every event that they go to overseas will have great weather. And sometimes a little bit of rain won't hurt nobody.
True. Coming up after this, we'll talk about Eugene's top 3 bets when it comes to the Coca-Cola Games. So, coming into the Coca-Cola Games, give me your top 3 athletes.
For the jumps or
The
the
jumps.
Okay, for the jumps, I think my top bet would be Vinyana Ronandi out of MGM. She's a junior girls long jumper. She's very good. She might be looking to break the 6-meter barrier as a junior long jumper.
Junior long jumper.
Yeah, which is very impressive. I would have to go with Mosese for the senior boys triple jump. He looks good. He looks like he's in really good shape.
Yes.
He also ran the 4x4 as well. And the other one would have to be... There's so many of them that are good to pick from. I think my other best bet would be Sakyo Nganivatu out of MGM.
Sakyo Nganivatu.
Yeah. In terms of results, he's not up there, but he's been one of the most informed jumpers right now in the season.
Do you have any on sprints?
Sprints, okay. I think for the girls, Vinyana again would be another one. She's running the 200. For the girls, she's a very strong runner. For the boys, I'd have to go with Paulo Wonolangi out of Super Grandma.
Yes, Super Grandma.
He's looking mighty fast. Yeah.
Do you have any times for these athletes that...
Not right now, but I know Paulo, he runs like a 10, mid 10, 10.5.
This is on Menlo.
I think so. I'm not really sure, but it's way up there, and that's pretty fast for a schoolboy athlete.
So this will all come to... we'll find out, I guess we'll find out this Thursday.
Yes, definitely.
So definitely looking forward to that. Thank you very much for joining me on the show, this Fiji Village Play. I'm Alipate Narawa, your host, and with me, triple jump champion, national rep, also long jumper, and he also took part in the 4x1 and the 100 meters, Eugene Vollmer. Pinavalu.
Thank you, Pat.
That was former national rep Eugene Vollmer giving us his tips and who he thinks will make it at the 2026 Coca-Cola Games, which is on right now. Hey, let me know who you want to see with me here on the show, or if you've got any questions about any sport, let me know. You can post that down in the comments below. Until next time, have a good one.